hear about the woman who pulled the moon from the sky? Isn't a fairy tale or a TikTok astrology meme. This is Aglaonice of Thessaly, ancient Greece's so-called moon witch. What nobody tells you is that she was one of the world's first female astronomers, and tonight we are clearing her name, receipts included. Aglaonice lived in ancient Thessaly, Greece, around the 1st century BCE. Her reputation was that she could draw down the moon, which actually meant she could predict lunar eclipses. In a world where a woman couldn't even claim her own genius, that was both a flex and a survival tactic. Witches of Thessaly were an ancient Greek meme, powerful women who were said to control the moon with magic. Aglaonice stands alone. She wasn't chanting over a cauldron. She was actually doing astronomy. The irony, though, her scientific knowledge got lumped in with a myth. She's the only one whose real name survived. Seats what ancient sources actually said. First up, Plutarch. Aglaonice, the daughter of Hegetor, being skillful in astronomy, made the vulgar believe whenever the moon was eclipsed that by means of charms and enchantments, she brought it down from heaven. Next up, Scholia. Aglaonice, daughter of Hegemon, skilled in astronomy and knowing the eclipses of the moon, used to say she was drawing down the goddess. Aristophanes, in a comedic punchline from a play, said, "Suppose I brought a Thessalian witch and had her haul down the moon at night, then lock it up in a round case." Drawing down the moon wasn't seen as real magic by educated Greeks. It was a meme, a proverb, a joke. It was a way to poke fun at charlatans or gullible villagers or anyone claiming to do the impossible. Aristophanes made fun of it on stage. Plutarch's day, it was a classic punchline. Her world, and at that time, science wasn't respected for women. If you were a man who predicted an eclipse, you were called a genius. If you were a woman, you were called a witch, or worse, ignored. Performing magic got you power, status, maybe protection. It was about survival, food, gifts, clients, and the ability to operate in a very patriarchal world. She wasn't a fraud, she was a strategist, and she used her knowledge in the only way people would listen. Any woman who showed knowledge or skill risked being called a witch, a seductress, or a fraud. Best case scenario, you become a local legend. Worst case, you become a warning or a joke. Sometimes you were erased entirely. What happened to Aglaonice? We honestly don't know. No trial, no mob, no glorious martyrdom, just stories. One ancient commenter said that after one performance she lost a kinsman, as if the moon goddess punished her. Most likely, the real Aglaonice story was twisted, erased, or rewritten as a cautionary myth, and her intellect got buried under legend. How her story got twisted? Hello, Wikipedia. Her reputation isn't of an astronomer. It is of a trickster or a witch. The phrase drawing down the moon became shorthand for gullibility and fake magic, a joke used by men to keep women in their place, and by later historians to avoid calling her what she really was, an astronomer. Why does this matter? Because the worst fate for a woman scholar wasn't always violence. It was being remembered as a fraud, a joke, or a curiosity. Real magic was surviving with your name attached at all. The fact that we have to dig through comedy, myth, and side notes to find Aglaonice tells you everything about how history treats women who know too much. Aglaonice wasn't a witch. She was a scientist, one who played the only role her world would let her. She didn't pull down the moon, she pulled the wool over the eyes of anyone who underestimated her. If you're tired of seeing brilliant women erased, twisted, or turned into jokes, drop a like, a comment, subscribe. Whose story should we clear up next?